So, hello everybody. Today, me and my brother Burim are going to talk about how can we validate enums in the standard application that we are working on. This is called Refugee Land, that allows refugees from different war-stricken countries to find shelter in peaceful
Land.
lands. So, because everybody has a right for peace
Mm-hmm.
and has a right to live uh, his or her life. So, my brother Burim had asked a very good question. He said, so are we going to use the same structure for all uh, applications that we are going to develop?
Mm.
This is a very nice question because currently we are right now started dealing with the business logic part, which is the foundation services. If we are so if the scope of our knowledge is only limited to foundation services, we can build systems that are very simple and how do you say it in English? They say straight to the point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have, for example, in our application a refugee class. You can do CRUD operations with it. So this is and you might have the same shelter class and the host class and different stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, all your application will contain this CRUD operation. If that satisfies your business logic, that's great. Um, yeah. However, in most cases, you might need to have a couple more layers of services. The more layers of services you have means the higher order the the business logic of your application is more complex.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, we have foundation services and we might have processing services at some point in time. This means um, your processing service as foundation service only deals with one foundation service. For example, right now our one foundation service only works with one broker. It cannot orchestrate between a couple of brokers. So for example, if we are in refugee service right now, our refugee service cannot orchestrate between shelter service and and refugee service, a broker, I mean. Similarly, processing service only works with foundation service. However, it can orchestrate between a couple of methods of foundation service.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you an example. For example, our foundation service has retrieve all or retrieve by ID, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it has write or what do we call it? Add, right?
Mm-hmm.
Add refugee. And a processing service might might implement a method that is called upsert.
Mm-hmm.
So what it does, it goes to the database,
Mm-hmm.
retrieves the refugee by ID, for example. It compares the values.
Mm-hmm.
If it if it's changed, it calls update method of our foundation method. If there is no such thing, it does the add. It calls the add method.
Mm-hmm.
So it orchestrates between a couple of services. Service methods. See, absurd, for example, called retrieve. Then it called, and depending on the uh, result of valid condition, you know, it sometimes adds or sometimes updates the existing um, entity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and and it goes like this. So you might have orchestration services that orchestrates between different um, processing services, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you have different coordination services that coordinates between a number of orchestration services, and it goes on. It all depends on your complexity of your business logic.
Mm-hmm.
That's all what I wanted to say.
Okay.
And today we'll be working on
Failing.
yeah, on the failing tests of the enum,
Mm-hmm.
how can we validate failing tests? Okay, let me open my um, application real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sharing my screen. Okay, okay. Um, okay, so you get you can see my screen, right?
Yes, yes, I can. Yeah,
Okay, and let me increase the
yeah.
screen resolution. Display. Okay, let me know how it looks right now.
Okay, it looks good. It's
Okay,
just a little bit of, like, the right pane where
this side.
the side of the solution explorer is just sometimes it gives like what do you call it,
Mm-hmm.
blurry because maybe of the
Blurry.
connections. So, but the other part is good. You can read.
Okay. 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 So, kinda the rule is ready for you. So
Mm,
you will be using what's already written.
okay.
So let me go to here and okay. So we will go a little like this, and you say, yeah, let it be fact,
Okay.
and I say public async task should throw
Yeah.
validation exception on add if so refugee gender, right,
Mhm.
is invalid, and log it async. How many characters? 101. Okay,
Oh no,
perfect.
that should be fine. Yes.
So I say given when
And
then.
then
So um, we create refugee,
mhm.
and we call it random refugee. Reg, refugee.
Yep.
We say create random refugee, and we give this random refugee value
Okay.
to our object that's called invalid refugee. Okay, random refugee. How we make it invalid? We say invalid
Mhm.
refugee dot gender equals. So here,
Uh huh.
so what we should do, we should create a method that gets um, so our method knows about the gender enum that we have,
Mhm.
and it analyzes it and gives us the value that is not present in this enum.
Yeah.
So how do we call it? We say get invalid
Gender.
enum,
Oh no.
and we pass here our gender enum as a type.
Okay.
So we are creating. So we are not dependent on one type here.
Oh, okay.
So we will create this method together. Let's
Okay.
create it real quick. So I'm going to the main partial class
Okay.
and let's make it private.
Oh, okay.
I say private
Static
static
and gender.
static. What it returns the type that
Mm-hmm.
it got, and we say get invalid enum of t.
Okay.
Here we say int random number
Okay.
get random number while. So do you remember enum dot is defined?
Enum is defined.
Yeah, type of t.
Mm.
Enum is defined a type of random number. If this random number
Mm-hmm.
is inside of this type of enum,
Mm-hmm.
if it's uh, if it's there, if it
Yeah.
is true, uh, true. So if it's true,
Mm-hmm.
while it's true, give random number,
Mm-hmm.
and you get random number.
Okay.
And when it's done,
Mm-hmm.
so return. So we want to return random number,
Yeah.
but we need to cast it to the t object.
Okay.
So first let's cast it to object, and we then cast it to t.
Oh, okay.
So t is the enum that we have sent.
Okay.
So let's try this out.
Okay.
Probably work. Okay. Yeah, the nuance is here. This is this method. So we
Mm-hmm.
create var
Mm-hmm.
invalid refugee exception. We create we say invalid refugee exception.
Yeah.
Say
Mm-hmm.
invalid refugee exception dot add data.
Mm-hmm.
So for key we say name of
Which is the
refugee dot gender. So for values
yeah, you're gonna be the message.
say we say value is invalid.
Okay.
Okay, how do you like that message?
That's good.
Or
Or
let's say
oh,
value
hold on. I think you said valid is invalid.
value maybe value is invalid.
Okay.
And what we do, we as always
Mm-hmm.
create our refugee validation exception. We say expected refugee validation exception, and
Mm.
we create new instance and we provide invalid refugee exception as inner exception here.
Oh, okay.
Now since I have created this part,
Mm-hmm.
I can move this or I can change it to var. because right hand side already is explicit.
Oh, okay.
So when we call value task of refugee, I say add refugee task. This dot some refugee service add refugee async,
Mm-hmm.
and we provide invalid refugee that we have
Okay.
created. Now, what should we expect here? We should await until it asserts
Mm-hmm.
throws async, and the type is refugee validation exception. That's what
Mm-hmm.
we have been doing in the last, 3 or 4 sessions with you.
Mm-hmm.
And we say add refugee task as task, and now we have to validate that
What's
that
on that?
our logging broker should verify that
Okay.
broker dot log error
Mm-hmm.
should log the same exception as the expected refugee
Refugee validation.
validation exception. How many times? It should
And
log
once.
once. Yeah. And what is also important for us that our storage broker should not be called,
Once. Never.
never be called broker.insert refugee async with any type of refugee,
Mm-hmm.
should never be called. That's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay. Yeah.
we should we should
Verifying.
verify that logging broker has no other calls and the storage
Okay.
broker has no other calls
And then
and the
the data.
daytime broker has
Mm-hmm.
no other calls. Oh, I've been typing fast and I do
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
this. Yeah, I guess it should work. Yeah, let's wait for this button. Okay, where is my button?
Where is it? We usually have it.
Maybe. Yeah, I let's go to the notifications. Preview 101.1. Okay, now I may need to look. It says your
Mm-hmm.
trial license will expire in 3 days.
Really?
This product after your trial expires, you'll need a valid license. Okay, if I update does it update my license as well? Let's
I don't
see.
know. We want to check view details
hmm
before you do that.
Okay, we have 3 days.
Is this the Visual Studio?
Yeah, Visual Studio 2022 Enterprise Preview.
Oh, so you don't have the preview one?
hmm Current version is Preview 6. Okay, I guess I need to update it to the latest.
Okay, so just maybe go update.
Last update, yeah.
But will close automatically. Visual Studio will close automatically, I guess, if you
Yeah,
update it.
I
Maybe you can
guess
do it later.
yeah, I should do it later, I guess.
Mm,
So let's run the test this way. Okay, interesting. Did I pull
yes.
the latest change that you wrote yesterday?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I just did mine. I just pulled the latest, which was that I worked yesterday. But I'm gonna have to do it again since you're working on this.
Oh, and I remember we had some failing tests. I had to make sure that they are passing, right?
Mm, Yeah, because there was some failing tests, but then you want to focus only the one that was passing.
Hmm. Yeah, I just wanted to do it first, but okay. Very interesting case. What should we do when we have done some progress here
Mhm.
and we have other work to do other than that? So we need to revert this change changes.
Okay.
So the you know, if you click this button, it will revert all the changes, but you need to write this much code again. What I
Oh.
do, I say I say so there are two options.
Mm.
First, I can uh, take this name,
Mhm.
I put it here, and I make this arrow, and I say WIP, so work in progress, and I
Oh,
can
okay.
commit, and everything is fine. Everybody understands. However, this is not clean. What I like to do, I say stash all. I say this message,
Mhm.
and I stash.
Okay.
See, it's in here right now. And every change is gone. So it's the last test that we wrote here.
Oh, so the one that you just did is gone.
Yeah, it's here. It's in the stashes
Oh, okay.
section.
So what does the stash do? It just keeps it there, and until you're done with
Yeah,
all the work.
yeah. Until you have done, you are good to go. It stays here, and when you say apply,
Oh, apply
and
and
say
then
apply as
so
unstage it or
oh
stage it.
and
So
restore
you do
stage.
have
Oh,
one.
so you do apply and restore stage. Okay.
Hmm. And yeah, it's let it stay in the stash, and let me
Mhm.
quickly run the test and one by one pass them.
Okay.
So let's start with this guy. So what it's saying is refugee validation exception occurred.
Excuse invalid. Exception occurs.
Okay,
Fail error alert.
okay, let's go here. So you know what?
Mm.
Yeah, let's analyze. Analyze.
Okay.
Somewhere here, so we are throwing validation exception, right?
Mhm.
And where it's thrown from here. Let me put a breakpoint here and analyze what's the problem with our create random refugee class.
Okay.
Let's go to the logic. Yeah, debugging is the most powerful skill in programming that you can.
So then you know how to fix the problem, right?
Mm. So now I'm in the right place. So I open the data. So we have one
Runtime
validation error. And
two
what's
one.
validation? So created date. Created date has a problem. Let me open that guy. Let me open the values. Date is not recent.
Oh,
So what can we do here?
make it recent.
Yeah. So we we should mock our datetime broker
Mhm.
to return the date that to return the date of our um, you know random random refugee.
Mhm.
So that's what we can do
Okay.
here right now. I say date datetime
Daytime break.
offset.
Oh.
So I say random datetime
Mhm.
get random datetime, and I create my random refugee based on this random datetime.
Okay.
So here, for example, if this gives me 2000,
Mhm.
1st January, my random refugee will have these values because it calls the filler with dates and all
Mhm.
for all types of datetime offset is it uses dates here. You
Okay.
see? And what I want to do when we call datetime broker get current datetime, I need
Mhm.
to set up this datetime broker to return random datetime. So when we call give me the time, it gives you, hey, this is 2001st January. You
Mhm.
see? So how we do that using this
Beautiful.
guy, I say set up broker. So I want to set up the broker get current datetime
Okay.
offset to
Then
return random datetime.
okay.
Yeah, am I too fast or
No, that's fine.
is that fine? Yeah,
Yeah.
since everything is readable, I guess it's understandable.
Mhm.
So we are making our datetime broker, yeah, to pass this this random datetime.
Okay.
Yeah, I can show how it's working currently in other tests using debugger. So yeah,
Mhm.
that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, it's still failing though.
So 0 1 fail.
It's still failing.
Are we missing something there?
Yeah, let's go here. Okay,
No, the count is 0.
yeah, it's zero. What's the problem now? So you see, it says
A small kill.
you said look,
Mhm.
you said you have some unverified calling,
Mm.
So we are calling right now datetime broker during our validations. So what I say here, I say since since storage broker is the main part of our logic, I put it under the uh, s- storage broker. I say uh, so my
Mhm. Okay.
datetime broker mock
Mhm.
has one verified call. So I say broker
Okay.
dot get current
Good time.
datetime should be called times only once. And I shouldn't forget the
Yeah.
logging broker should
Yeah.
never be called. So
Yes.
anytime
Mhm.
anybody wants to log something in the happy path,
Mhm.
they will get error. Just
Yeah.
as we saw right now, you have
Yeah.
one unverified datetime broker call invocation.
Mhm.
So I'm adding logging broker here. Let's check one more time.
See if it works.
hmm Okay, this is
Okay.
passed.
Pass.
So right now I say pass. It was failing previously. So
Mhm.
I say commit. Okay, let's go to the next test here. Let me run it. It's going to be similar.
Okay.
You can do this guy here. These three, you
Oh,
know?
let's see. Okay.
Yeah. Let me show you one more time how I passed this test. Here, so we are having random date time.
Mhm.
Yeah, this guy is tricky, you know?
Okay.
So we have random date time, we have invalid date time, and we are giving. So what is the exact on add if created date is not recent? Oh, this should be this guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Should well if created date and updated are not the same. Okay, this guy. Yeah, you're going to do this are not recent because it's very similar to what we have done earlier. Let me
Okay.
do this for you.
Okay.
So the trick is here, the validation except if the create date is not recent. Let me run this one more time. Okay, it's passing.
Oh, it's
Okay.
fast.
Okay, it's passing. What's the problem then?
Go further.
Okay,
Okay.
the refugee is invalid. So here, yeah, let's debug this test
Okay.
and see what it says. Okay, let me go to data 7 problems. Okay, yeah, let me see.
Okay.
Data. Date is required.
Okay.
Date is required for created date. Text is required. Date is
Yeah.
required. Text
Okay.
is required. Text is required. Okay, ID is required. Okay, what's the problem then? Let's read. The mock datetime broker.
That's
Look,
my favorite verification
this
due to
mock failed
following
the
that.
verification due to for unverified invocations. You see, when we called created date is not recent,
Mm-hmm.
um, we haven't said that our test here will call datetime broker. Here we said it should verify that there is no other calls.
Mm.
So what should I do here? I just say this this dot datetime broker
Mm-hmm.
verify that broker dot get current datetime offset has one verified calling.
Mm.
Okay, let's see. And since this is called once and this is never, I move this above our storage broker. How I
Okay.
did that? Alt arrow, Alt arrow keys.
Um,
Okay. Okay. Let's try this guy one more time.
alright.
Okay, it's pass.
4 passes,
Now,
0 fails.
huh? Yeah, now it's your turn. I'm just saying pass. I am pushing it to the right branch.
Okay. Then we go. Sharing screen. Can you see my screen?
Oh, yeah, I can see your screen. Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
So what are we going here? To the refugee service validation?
Yeah, did you pull the latest changes?
Yes, I did pull the latest. I'm not gonna do it again.
Okay,
So
it's
what
up to
else?
date, and let's run the test and see what's which test is failing and what's the reason.
Okay. Nope. Run all tasks. Why do I get this unexpected error detected?
I have no idea, brother. It's not
Every
present in
time I'm like,
what?
okay,
Wait.
so it's given all these passes, one
Mm-hmm.
fail. 7 passes, one fail. So I guess
Okay.
it's this one.
Yeah, one click on this and let's read what's
It
saying.
says this mock failed verification due to the following unverified invocation, line 411, 373.
Yeah. You should say verify that get current date time is called once. Yeah, go to the um go to the test itself. That if you double click on the
Oh, test itself? Okay.
name here. Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so throw validation exception
Mm.
if created date and updated date are not same, right?
I'm not saying unlock it, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So go to the then section.
Then, right
So
here.
after in the line from the line starting from line 147.
Line 47 right here.
Yeah, just give it one space and yeah, one
Okay.
more please.
One more? Okay.
Now and go up by one line so that you are in the middle. Yeah,
Okay.
here. Okay. Now you should verify one calling. You should say
Okay.
my service calls daytime broker once when when yeah yeah,
Do
this dot yeah do try to do it by yourself. It's
this.
easy.
Okay. This
Daytime broker, yeah.
daytime. Wait, why is it showing me this message?
Yeah, keep typing.
This
It should.
day.
Wow,
Why is it showing this?
what is that?
Okay. I don't know. Why is it showing me this?
Yeah, so you can copy paste the name from line 156 if you want.
156?
156. Do you see date time broker mark? Yeah, this guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
this one. Okay. Daytime bro. Oh, okay. Daytime bro. Okay. Okay. Uh, verify one call.
Yeah, and just say verify. Yeah.
Verify
You need to open parentheses.
this
Mm-hmm.
broker.
Mm-hmm.
Not that. Not that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Next broker. Log.
Not log. Get.
Yeah, daytime, right?
Why is not giving you hints, brother?
I
That's
don't
all.
know. Okay.
It was get current date time
Date,
method.
daytime, daytime, right?
Yeah, it's and yeah, give it a parenthesis since it's method.
Okay. Why did you do that? Okay.
Yeah, here.
It's good, right?
No, you need parentheses because you are calling the method. You know these the role of these parentheses is calling the method.
Not that.
Parentheses after get current date time.
Parentheses. Why is it? It's different to the NAS. Why? Something. Okay. Oh no. It's okay. Like that?
S- parentheses, brackets.
Oh, bracket. Bracket.
Yeah, open and closing brackets you need.
Okay, this is what I need. And then let me
Yeah,
take
just
this
make it
off.
beautiful, brother.
Yes. No, like
Okay.
this.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Inside the
Inside this,
no. Yeah. Just move one by one. Yeah. Here, put
comma.
comma, and say times once.
Now it's giving me
Okay.
random daytime. What's it?
I don't know.
Time.
Times once.
Um,
You need dot. You need dot between them.
or dot, not like comma. Okay,
And yeah, you don't need this space.
got it.
Okay.
And then the
Yeah, I give it a semicolon. Yeah, put the times once in the
new
new
burn, new line.
new
Okay.
line. Yeah, and tab it. Give it a tab. Yeah. Now
So,
perfect.
but why is it not showing green though?
I don't know. You need to. I guess you need to open and yeah, first close the Visual Studio and then open it again. Maybe at that time it works fine. However, let's run the test and see what
Okay.
happens.
Okay, let's run the test.
So don't forget. Okay, we have
But
builders.
would you like to continue and run test from the last?
Okay, let's read the message. It says, "iDaytime broker doesn't have the
Uh,
method that you said."
okay, the iDatetime does not contain a definition for get current datetime and not accessible extension method.
So it's basically saying what you have in iDaytime broker
Mm-hmm.
isn't what you have written right now. So say no.
Say no.
Double click on the error message,
This one.
and no error message in the error list. Yeah, at the bottom. Yeah, this guy. This
This
guy.
one.
So let's go to the iDaytime broker from the in the brokers
On the
folder.
brokers. Brokers. Where you at? Okay, there it is.
Mhm. Go to the datetime.
Datetime.
Go to the
Data.
yeah, this guy.
Click on that.
Yeah, double click on that.
Okay.
See
Oh,
what
okay.
we said.
It
Get
says up.
datetime offset.
Get date. Get current datetime offset.
Yeah, that's what we wanted, and we said get date time, current date time. Yeah, can you double click on that and copy the name?
This one.
Yeah, yeah, just copy the name,
Probably just the whole line or just the name.
just the name.
Okay.
You are copying the whole line doing this. Yeah, just select all. Yeah, select the name, the whole
Okay.
name.
Select the name.
And copy it.
Copy.
Okay, now go to the test.
Go to the test.
See, go double click on the error message
This one.
at the bottom. At the bottom. Yeah, this guy. And rename this
Rename this. Okay.
to what we have copied. It should it should right now know what to do. Okay.
Okay. Get current
Now,
daytime offset. Also, I missed the offset then.
mhm. Now go to
Okay.
the Test Explorer and run the test one more time.
Okay. Come on. Don't fail me now.
We'll see, brother. We'll see.
Don't fail me now. Wait a minute. 5 passes 1? No. Okay. I think it passed.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
It
Cool. Cool.
passed. Yeah, good one. So now we're gonna go here to the test
Hmm.
and then copy the thing.
Yeah, just go to the test and copy the name.
And then this one. And then say
Hmm.
it passed.
Hmm.
Always sync. Copy. Plus. And commit all and push.
Yep, you are in the right branch. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped doing commit all and push after
Why?
I have. You know why?
Oh, okay.
Because after I have committed and pushed to the master or QA
Mhm.
branches and different branches that's not
Yeah.
supposed to be pushed directly.
Mm.
So what I'm right now doing, I'm doing commit all,
Mhm.
and then I am double checking that I am in the right branch, and then I'm
Oh, okay.
pushing.
So, how come it doesn't show the stash here that you did? Is it just showing in your side or?
Yeah, it's in my
Oh,
local
okay.
computer.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So you
Let's
have
see.
the yeah. Let
We
me
have
let me
that.
share my screen now,
Okay. Oh, there
and
you
let
are.
me pull the latest.
Stop screen. There.
Okay, it's up to date. Let me run
Okay.
the test.
Make sure everything runs on your end. It should.
Okay, it's good. We are good to
Mm-hmm.
go. And then let's see. I'm doing apply.
Okay.
If I say restore as staged,
Mm-hmm.
it stages the changes ready to commit. If
Okay.
it's apply as unstaged,
Mm-hmm.
it's just the changes. There's nothing, you know, um, yeah, it's here.
Okay, so it's back up there. Okay.
Staged means like this. It's
Oh.
staged.
Okay, so you went
The
back to
changes.
stage. Okay. Like how you
Now
wanted
I'm
earlier.
now I'm just unstaged them all. It shows
Okay.
changes.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have our failing test.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's run it. Should throw validation exception on add. Okay, one
One fail.
failing. And let's put a breakpoint here and see if the gender is still invalid or not.
Okay.
Let me debug it. Okay, let me go to the refugee.
Okay.
Let me go to the gender and it says 5.
Fine. Is that what we
Let's
want?
let's go to the gender now. So these are enumerated values. It
Mm-hmm.
starts from 0 if we didn't specify here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For example, if we say 1,
Mm-hmm.
we'll start from 1. But if you
Yeah.
say it's there, it starts with 0,
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
Three.
But what we have here is 5, so it's invalid.
Okay.
It's correct. Expected invocation of on mock once, but
Once,
it's
but zero times.
0 times.
Broker.
So
Okay.
the log error expected different exception, but
Mm.
it has thrown a different one.
Okay.
And I should also don't forget that my method logic calls datetime broker once
Mm-hmm.
for created date. So that's why I say this. But datetime broker mock verify that broker um, broker
Broker. Taken.
get current datetime
Offset.
offset
Mm-hmm.
has one verified calls. Okay. Or yeah, that's what we should do.
Mm-hmm.
So it calls once, it never calls storage broker, it once calls the exact error that we want from the logging broker. And since here now we are look,
Mm.
storage broker is never called, so it should go one by one
Mm-hmm.
line. The logging broker is important for our business logic, so it's above all. The datetime broker is in the middle.
Mm.
So that's what we want. Okay, let's go to the test explorer one more time. Okay, red, green, blue.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
one
that's good.
failing, and that's what we want.
Okay.
And now you go to, oh,
What happened?
that's a method. Okay, fail, commit all. Now I have committed it. I can drop the stashes. So now it's gone.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can take it and make it pass.
Okay.
Okay, brother.
Let me.
Share your screen, please.
Okay. So. Mm-hmm.
Once we are done with this validations, tomorrow, starting from tomorrow, we'll be working on exceptions. Very interesting
Exceptions.
piece. Exceptions, yeah.
Okay. Let me pull my stuff. Okay. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, share your screen.
Share screen. Share. You can see my screen now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Should I run the test again?
Yeah, run the test, pull the latest. Yeah, you have some blue.
Blue, blue, Ramadan. Oh, okay, nice. Wait a minute.
Yeah, click on that.
This
You
one.
see the error message here, yeah.
Oh, I did too quick. Let me go back. Okay, it's right here. Okay.
Okay, what it says.
Whoa. What is all this?
So it
Gentlemen.
says that you didn't log anything, right? We wanted we expected this invocations once, but it was called 0 times.
Okay.
Okay.
Go to that. What is this
Yeah,
one?
you can now double click on the test.
Okay, double click
Okay.
on this. Okay.
Yeah, you can go it. Hmm.
And we're gonna go to that.
Yeah, go to the add refugee async method in the event section.
When? Okay. This one?
Go to the implementation of add refugee async. Do you remember how we did it?
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah.
Okay.
So you put your mouse on that.
Add refugee?
Yeah, this. Yeah, just put your mouse cursor here. Right click.
Right click in the
Go to the implementation. This
okay.
guy. Yeah.
Implementa.
Ah,
Cannot navigate to the symbol under the parrot. What?
uh, I don't know why your Visual Studio is doing like this.
I don't know either. Does it have to be updated or
Okay,
something?
manually go to the add refugee async. From the Solution Explorer, find the file. You
Okay,
know,
hold on. Let me go to Solution Explorer
uh huh.
and
Go to the refugee service.
validation.
Uh, yeah, you can directly go to the validations. Yes,
And
and then go to the validate section.
validate. Where is it validate?
Okay, so go to the top here.
Oh, right here, right
Here.
here. Right here. Okay.
So under in is not recent.
It's not recent. Where is
Is
right
not
here? Okay,
recent.
right
That's
here.
the final rule. Yeah,
So go to the next line.
yeah. Go to the next line, but give it a comma and uh,
Okay, there's a phone.
yeah. Put
And,
comma after the second closing bracket because we are passing the rule and the final
okay,
is
and
yeah
then
here.
and
Yeah,
go to the
just
next
click
line.
enter. Yeah, go to the
Okay.
next line, please. So type
Um,
as yeah, open parenthesis. We are giving a new and close it because we shouldn't forget to close it.
okay. Oh, another one. Yeah.
Yeah, another one. Yeah.
Romance. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, go inside and type rule just as the
Rule.
previous.
Rule.
Okay.
And
Column
then
is invalid. Do you
is
remember
in
we have written is invalid method for enum?
is invalid right there, right?
The second one, yes, this guy.
Okay. Then we
Yeah, we are
do.
calling it. So since this is method, okay, so
It's gonna
the
be gender, right?
parenthesis. Don't forget to close it first. For some reason, your Visual Studio is not closing. Yeah, this. Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. So we're
Yeah, say
doing
refugee.
refugee gender.
Mm-hmm. Dot
Refugee dot
gender.
gender.
Okay. Now go. Yeah, from here. Yeah, yeah.
Do a
Just put
comma.
comma
Add a
and say
method.
parameter. Parameter. Yeah.
Parameter. It's showing everywhere. It's so ridiculous. I don't know if I'm back. It's acting up.
Parameter. Yeah. Okay.
Name of
And give the yeah name of the refugee gender. Yeah, don't forget to close this guy as well later.
gender. Like that.
Uh-huh. Did you close the okay.
Yeah, it has a closing one. Oh, and then you want me to add another one? Another closing?
Yeah, I guess you should close it, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, now it looks fine.
that's good.
So,
And
let's go
then
to is invalid method of our um, gender enum.
is
Yeah, let's find
invalid.
it. Is invalid here. Somewhere here. Yeah. Just scroll down a little more.
Is invalid gender
So
where?
this is for good. This is for string. This is for gender.
Right
Look,
here.
line 73. Yeah.
Is invalid, right? Oh, I sent it to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So go here
This guy. No. Look, we
and
said value is required for enum. However, our message is different right now. We said value is invalid.
mm-hmm. Value is required. Value is invalid. Okay.
Yeah, just change it to value is invalid.
Oh, right here where it says required
Uh-huh. Instead of required, just put invalid because our test is expecting a different
is
message.
invalid. Invalid. And so we're supposed to say,
Yeah,
do we have to change
invalid.
anything else?
Yeah, it's change that little typo here. Invalid instead of invalid.
Invalid. Oh, okay. Oh, invalid. Oh,
Same.
what's going on there? Okay. So that good?
Okay. Yeah, it feels good. Let's see. Let's see if it's passes good.
Okay, let me first save it. And then
Yeah,
I have
save
the other
it
one
and
that I have to
go
do
to.
as well.
Hmm.
Which one? This one. Did I do anything in there? No. What was the other one that I did? Okay, what one did I? No, I didn't do that. Okay, that was the only one. Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Now I'm gonna run the test and let's see if it works. I know why sometimes Visual Studio acts up. Oh, it passed.
Okay, brother, I like it. I like
That's
it.
good. So now we're
Yeah,
gonna
just
go back.
make it a commit.
Okay, let me go to this one, right? What was this one? And
Yeah,
then
this should be it.
copy this
Copy the name.
and then say it paused.
Yeah, I highly recommend, watching the sessions and trying to
Mm-hmm.
understand what you have done. We are going, uh, yeah, I like our pace. We are doing
Mm-hmm.
everything one by one and trying to understand what we are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, just make it to push. Yeah. So we are exactly at 1 hour, brother.
Yep. Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
tomorrow we'll try to work on the exceptions.
Okay.
I guess we don't need a lot of, um, time for it.
Mm-hmm.
We can handle all the exceptions in. Let's try doing in one session tomorrow.
Okay.
These are not very
It's not too long.
complex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Thank you very
All
much
right.
for
No
joining.
problem. No
Bye
problem. You
bye.
have a great day.
See you
Bye
later.
bye. Thank you. Bye.